the goal. Fingers crossed. Um, yes, we are here on Memorial Day weekend,
Yes.
recording a new episode of the Captain's Log. It's a Saturday night.
Yeah.
Normally we do these on Friday nights, but I was not feeling too well. Yes, let's see. So that splash screen is a live feed. Yes, it is live of me, but you can't hear me or see me, Sam. The like stream starting soon
hmm
thing. Yeah, that's me live in the moment. But yeah. Here we are. Episode 52 of the Captain's Log.
That's a whole deck of cards.
That is a whole deck of cards. My name is Kyle Springer. I'm joined by Melissa Wilkinson as usual.
Yes.
Melissa, how are you?
I'm doing well, Kyle. How have you been this week?
I'm good. This week has been interesting. My boss is about to
Uh-huh.
go on maternity leave, so it was
Oh.
kind of busy at the start, and then it kind of eased up by the end of the week, and I didn't have much to do. Of
hmm
course, as I mentioned, it's Memorial Day weekend,
Yeah.
so they were all like, "You guys can go home. You don't have to stay here the whole day. You guys can
Oh,
go do stuff."
rat.
And I have Monday off, so I'm excited about that.
Same.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sweet. Let's see. Oh, Sam says, Can't wait for episode 78 when we do a whole deck of tarot cards."
That actually sounds so fun.
Yeah, I've never done that stuff.
I think I got like a little, those books that are like 3 inches by 3 inches? They're like these little gift books, like you see a whole rack of them in like a Hallmark store or some other like little gift shop place, like these tiny books. And a
Mhm.
lot of them are full of like proverbs or like,
Oh yeah, just
heartwarming wishes for mom, like those little gift books, you
chicken
know?
soup for the soul, stuff like that.
Yeah, they're in or like, 101 tips for gardening. They're all just sort of like heartwarming wishes and lifestyle
Yeah.
things and like little stuff like that. I had a tarot card one that came with tarot cards that were like as big as a postage stamp, like little cards that you could practice with. And this was just like your basic starter kit. And I had this when I was like 8 years old and like I
Cool.
couldn't totally get it, but they were all very pretty.
There you go. Yeah, that's something I've never really ventured into. I don't put much stock in all of that stuff or the
Mhm.
like. What's your sign and how does that match up to what your life is supposed to be like and all? I don't know. I
Mhm.
just I do my own thing. I guess I don't know.
Outside of the cosmic world.
Sure. So do you have any other plans for Memorial Day weekend?
Um, Later tonight, my friend and I are gonna get milkshakes and drive around looking at
Ooh,
mansions.
more adventures of let's find a neighborhood and
Yeah, that's our favorite.
sounds
And
good.
I think tomorrow, I might go to the History Museum and catch a
Ooh,
couple exhibits before they close.
history. What kind of history?
It is a Missouri-specific history museum.
Uh, there
Yeah,
you
so there is
go.
an exhibit on my favorite local theater. Because
Nice.
this theater's been around for 100 years. That's a lot of history. So this is like my deep nerddom. I'm gonna go to the museum and learn about this historic local theater while I still can.
Okay, that sounds good. Sounds fun. I don't have anything planned, really. I
Mhm.
haven't really done much today. Tomorrow I don't have anything planned. I'm all done watching Gravity Falls season 1, which we're gonna
Mhm.
do tomorrow night for the for a new episode of the review show.
Mhm.
But Monday, I think I might try to get my mom to play some video games with me.
Oh.
I've been trying to figure it like my mom is really funny when it comes to like cartoons and anime and
Mhm.
video games. She knows that I like that stuff, but she hasn't paid attention enough
Yeah.
to realize that it has moved past Tom and
Oh.
Jerry and
Oh.
Mario.
Oh boy.
Uh,
Oh, mom.
I mean, sure, Mario is still around, but like that is her idea of all of video games is Mario. There is
Yeah,
nothing outside of Mario.
like all of her pop culture knowledge froze when you were like 8 years old.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. And it's hard for her, like, outside of Disney movies, it's hard for her to understand that animation and like animated movies and stuff like that is more than just this nonsensical cat and mouse, like literally Tom and Jerry. Like, it's not just this mindless cat has to get mouse, mouse has to get cat, you know.
Oh, dang,
Like,
Mom.
and so I've tried to show her stuff, sometimes to no avail. Sometimes she understands it, but then it still won't click that like all of animation is more like this now than there still is that Tom and Jerry stuff, but like, yeah, there's more to it than that.
Like,
you know?
showing her a Spirited Away does nothing to influence her idea of animation as a genre or
No,
as a
like,
medium.
it most likely will not result in a eureka moment of her being like,
Cartoons can be anything.
I get it now. This can have an actual story. We can have actual character development.
She thinks everything is a mallet and an anvil. Wow.
Yes. Yeah, it's Acme. It's the Road Runner and Wile Coyote. Yes, or a Eureka 7 moment. Clever you. But yeah, so I think on Monday there's a game that I've been trying to get to play with her for a while. I think she would really like it, and I think it's one she could not necessarily do, but I think it. So what I'm gonna try and do is a private live stream for her, and it's basically a choose your own adventure game. So I'm gonna have her make the choices. And the game is called Life is Strange. It's one of my favorites. I love this game.
Ooh, I'm familiar with Life is Strange, and I had it described to me once, and like all the different branching storylines you can get, and I know it gets sad.
Yeah.
So that sounds like that'll be really fun for Mom up until a point.
Well, it's a game where the basic concept is the main character finds out she can kind of reverse time for short periods. So you can make choices in the game and see kind of how it plays out for a bit, and if you don't like it, you can rewind it and pick something else, and then that plays out, and if you don't like that, you can go back and pick the first one again. But end of the day, you have to pick something, and so it's kind of a video game about choices and consequences and stuff like that. And do you want to like certain things? It seems like the right choice to make this one thing, but as the story goes on, you learn more, and it's like, ooh, that may not have been the right thing, or I don't know, they both were kind of the right thing. I see how, you know. So I think something like that, and having it be interactive for her, and it's not necessarily her playing it, but her watching me play it and then make the choices. It might be like, okay, this is kind of like a movie, but so that might help. I don't know, but I think she would really like the story.
No, that's a really good idea. I think that's a very, except for, oh, is it as sad as I think it is? Maybe there's more happy endings in it that just didn't get told to me.
In the end, it comes down to one single choice. Do you want to do choice A or choice B? And it's like, do you want to stay with the person you love and kind of doom everyone else? Or do you want to save everyone else and doom this person you love, who you really love, but she maybe was supposed to die earlier? We don't know. So it's one of those things of just like, it's a catch-22, damned if you do, damned if you don't, you know. So spoilers on that game that's been out, that I spoiled it without really saying what you do. So there you go. But yeah, it's Sam is mentioning, it's one of those things where your smaller choices down the road end up having a bigger impact and stuff like that. So we'll see. I think that'll be neat for her to play. My main concern is her attention span. If that will,
Yeah.
if I had to
Yeah.
beg her, like, can we just please not get up and walk the dogs during Avengers Infinity War while we watch that? Could just make your popcorn beforehand, shut your phone off so you don't answer a call. Like, it's 2.5 hours. Can we just sit still and watch this thing?
Yeah.
So we'll see. She knows it's episodic, so that will help. So each episode is, depending on how fast you go about it, 2 to 4 hours. So hopefully I can give her the short version.
Yeah.
She doesn't need to find all of the extra secrets and stuff like that. So we'll see. But I think that should be fun.
Yeah. Good luck.
Yeah. Thanks. So you had the wedding stuff. Go on.
I did a wedding.
Yes.
I was in one
How
of
was
those.
that?
I did. It was great. It was a big, full, busy day. So you have to show up super early in the
Yeah.
morning at this like Airbnb they rented as like the getting ready space. And like I got my hair done and like I got my makeup done. And it's a lot of just like sitting around waiting for the hair and makeup people to do everybody in the party. Because it's like a decent amount of bridesmaids and the bride and then her mom and then like her mom's best friend who's kind of like her aunt. So she wants to be included. And then the groom's mom and like just so many people, the flower girl, everybody. So we were there for a long time, just like watching the clock. So we've got one hair person and one makeup person,
man.
and they have to get through everybody. And it's this tiny house that we're all crowded into. And then like the rest of us split off and we all go to the venue. And then somebody calls us and says, "Hey," because the bride was like, "I'm just gonna drive my own car." Like me and the fiance are just gonna drive in our own car like regular to get to the venue. Like there wasn't like a car or a limo rented for us or anything. Most of the people just like Ubered there. And then her car's battery died.
No.
So they had to like, there was somebody they could call for a ride that was able to take them like that instant. So it was only
That
a
is the
delay of a
worst.
couple minutes. Yes. Thankfully, I think we did get the entire thing going on time. And then the ceremony was really beautiful. The groom squad read a poem. I think they only screwed it up once or twice. Mostly all the poems everybody had to read went over well. We got some nice pictures
Were
taken.
these poems that they had all made, or was it
Oh,
like...
no. Nobody's making their own poem for this kind of thing. I don't know where the poems were from. I did not ask about the poems, but like they listed, this is this by this person. And they were all very pretty. And I assume it's things like the bride and groom just ran into in like their college literature courses.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, this
like,
was
hey, this is my favorite poet. Let's look up stuff from them.
Yeah.
Okay.
This wasn't a situation where somebody wrote a poem for the couple. Like
that'd be kind of funny though, if like they each had to do like, hey, make like 10 lines of a poem or something, you know, for your speech or for just some like fun thing. Well, it'd be difficult to make it rhyme, but that's why you would want to keep it short. Just like, hey, say what you really want to say in this creative way and keep it short. And I think that'd be really funny. So that way it's not some big long speech. It's like, how long is this gonna go on? Can I get another drink? You know.
I like seeing the different speeches people come up with. Just like an original poem sounds like such a high risk thing. Like, oh dang, like that could be a really great poem, or you're mired in it for who knows how long. When my older brother got married, his groom squad was me and our younger brother and his teenage son from a previous relationship. So it was just us 3 kids basically. And we all gave a speech together because it was just the 3 of us. Like there was no best man because he's like, well, I'm not picking between my brother and my son as the best man.
Before you explain this stuff, this is what popped into my head. I immediately went to whose line is it anyway? and
Like
it was
Broadway star game.
yes, and so it's you guys all delivering one speech word by word, just making
I
it up
I
as
am
you go.
almost certain that came up as a suggestion because we were raised on Whose Line, but no, we did not go through with that. Like each of us like talked for a couple minutes and it was like very heartfelt
Mhm,
and also like all like inside jokes and like lines from movies and TV shows we liked. There was a lot
sure.
there was a very specific obscure Invader Zim joke in this speech.
Okay.
There's an episode of Invader where Dib is looking for Chickenfoot, who's the sort of Bigfoot like cryptid, but he's
Mhm,
part chicken instead of being part whatever a Bigfoot is.
right.
And he goes to this fast food chicken restaurant, this kind of KFC type place to look for clues. And it's just this background thing where this customer is like bringing their tray up to the counter and they say, I want my slaw. And they clearly have a bowl of slaw already on the tray. And the counter service worker says, you have your slaw. I want my slaw. You have your slaw, sir. I want my slaw. And it's just this bit joke that the main character like walks past on his way to real plot things, but that has stuck with us for years.
That's amazing.
Just shouting, I want my slaw, you have your slaw at each other. And so, yeah, when my nephew is giving this lovely speech to his dad, how excited he is for his dad and for his new stepmom, and he says, you truly have your slaw, sir.
That's funny.
And then my younger brother, he pretends to get like all choked up, like he's crying and he's doing this. Like he's kind of got his fist up to his mouth, just like
Uh-huh.
he's choking back tears. And then he starts pulling out a bunch of colored paper like a magician, like the scarf thing, but it's
Yeah.
paper. It's like, blah! And it's this big pile of paper. And he just picks it up and just dumps it onto the groom's dinner plate, like, and that's for you for your new life together.
What?
It was,
Did it have some like message on it, or was it just like, hey,
no,
here's a bunch
it's
of paper?
it's just a magic trick because that's what he wanted to do. So
There you go.
this is how the Wilkinsons do things. And there
That's
were very
fun.
nice speeches at this wedding. Nothing of that caliber, though, unfortunately. I I don't know if I will ever see a wedding speech that bested what we already did. I guess not until the next one of us gets married, and it's up
There
to
you
the
go. Yeah.
rest of us to do it.
Yeah,
We'll wait and see how that goes. Yeah,
exactly.
the reception was fun. The DJ played Old Town Road twice,
I
which was a
heard
real
that
highlight.
song for the first time this week.
Wow.
I-
What what did you
you just looked
find?
at me so straight face and go, "Wow."
Like I'm kind of surprised, but honestly, like there's everybody gets like something that they are weirdly super behind on. It happens to everybody.
I don't like country, and I don't really listen to most like mainstream rap stuff, or so like it's the
I would not call this
perfect.
mainstream.
Well, I don't know who's on the radio these days on all the hip hop stations. I imagine Lil Nas X, or however you say his name, is one of those people who's on there most of the time. But
I no idea.
yeah, I don't know. So this is like the perfect storm of things that I just don't pay attention to. And I saw it and I was like, why? What is this? This is just some silly thing people are doing these days, I guess.
don't
Oh well.
like I don't get it either, but I also love it. And there's a guy from our remember I told you like the bachelorette party was like all the bride and the bridesmaids and her friends and that one divorced 36-year-old man from our office. He was at this wedding. He was the one office representative besides me and the bride ourselves. So we put that song on because he loved it and the crowd reacted very positively. And then like the DJ played it again at the end of the night.
There you go.
It was great. I danced Kyle and I never do that.
You danced.
Yeah, I don't do it. And it's something I explain to people every time because I feel like the widespread idea is that oh you don't dance because you're shy or because you don't have enough confidence and I know I this has not been confirmed to me but I know they were at least partially thinking The fat girl needs a confidence boost. Maybe she's not dancing because she's fat. Fat girl, it's okay. You're welcome. Don't be shy. And I'm like,
Come dance
no.
with me. It'll be okay. You can do it just this once. No
And I'm
one's
like,
looking.
it's exactly. And I'm like, it's not that I want to and something's holding me back. I do not want to. Like, I don't care about it. Like, music does not make me feel things in that way. It does not make me want to move my
Music does
body.
not make you lose control. As
Exactly. Like sometimes I'll like wiggle a shoulder a little bit and
music
then
make
people will
you
be
lose
like,
control.
ah, look, come on out on the dance floor. And I'm like, no, that is where it tops out at. This is not a sign of more to come. That's it. That's all I do.
So were you out there like Elaine from Seinfeld doing the little kicks and stuff like that?
Something vaguely like that. Like I said, I never danced, but there was another bridesmaid there who was saying, I'm in the opposite. Like, I really like to dance, but it is kind of like I'm shy and I don't have a lot of confidence. I don't know if I will. I don't want to do it by myself. And I had adopted this real, like, no bridesmaid left behind. All of us are sisters now mentality. Like, I have got all of your backs. We're a team. Like, I took it so seriously to be a part of this group. And I'm like, if you want to dance, I will dance with you
There you
because
go.
that is my duty. So she got me out there on the dance floor. I did it for her, this girl who I had met 4 hours ago. Cause like she came in from out of town, so she wasn't part of any of the other like bachelorette party or getting together for drinks and discussing the wedding. Like she showed up to like the bungalow we were all getting ready in
Mhm.
that morning. Like that was as soon as she could get into town for this. So I knew her for a matter of hours. And she's like, will you dance with me? And I'm like, yes. For you, I will. Yes. And she taught me like swing dancing. She's just like
There you go.
spinning me around while like Whitney Houston plays in the background. I'm like,
I want to
this I this I like.
dance.
Like having a partner to do it with made it so much easier for me. Well, and also like the guy from my office, because he trained me
Mhm.
and then I became the person that trained everybody else. So I know I have this mentality of I can do everything that guy can do. If he's out on the dance floor, why can't I do it? I'm
I
just
can do anything.
I'm
You
just
can.
the new version of him, aren't I? It's like, well, if Dustin can dance, I can dance.
There you go. That sounds
Yeah,
like you had fun.
I did really have fun. I don't know if I would. Plus, like, I'm in the bridal party, and oh, it just adds this extra layer of excitement. I'm so glammed up. There's all these cocktails. Like, oh, it was a great night, and I don't know if that concoction of elements will happen for me again. I don't know if I'm going to be a dancing machine again, but for that one night, yes, I was.
Sounds good. Sam said that she is the Elaine. So
I can see that.
yeah. That episode of Seinfeld is so good. I love Seinfeld. All right, so I want to say in a little bit here, I want to do something special with you, Melissa,
Yes,
and I
this
want to
is
do
something
some
new.
E3 predictions.
Yes.
But before I mention that, I wanted to ask what your pet peeves were, because I like I feel like that's an easy topic that I've put on our potential list of stuff to talk about a couple times and then taken it off.
Uh-huh.
Or I've seen something that is one of my pet peeves, and I'm like, oh, we have to talk about this stuff, and then it's like, well, I guess it's not really that important. There's other things we can talk about, so I'm like, all right, we'll save it for another week because we can always talk about pet peeves whenever. So, what are some of your pet peeves? The one that I think came up for me recently, is so I walk everywhere. I don't own a car. I don't know how to ride a bike, which I know someone out there's like, you don't know how to ride a bike?
I
What
don't
in the
know how
world?
to ride a bike either. Like
Hell
me
yeah.
and the younger brother did
High
not
five.
learn those.
I see. I did learn, and then I got in a really bad accident, and I
Oh,
forgot. And so I've been on bikes since then, and I know it's like if it's a life or death thing, I know I could do it.
yeah.
You know,
Like if
I
you have a
could get
very
by.
important
But
alien, you have to get away from a government testing site that's sprung up around your house.
yeah, dude, that happened to me like 2 months ago. It was the worst. Um, but but yeah, it was just like I just never really got back on. So
Hmm.
I often view the world from a pedestrian standpoint and stuff
Yes.
like that. And one of the things that I don't get that drivers will do, and I know it's being
Hmm.
extra safe and extra cautious, and it's better to do that, but I don't get why people turn on their turn signal when they're in the turn lane. I I know you're turning. You're in the turn lane. It is designed for you to turn in this lane.
Hmm.
I don't get it. I don't understand it, and it makes no
Like,
sense to me.
they get in the lane and then they just keep it on instead of turning it off now that it is no longer applicable.
Yeah, like it's not necessary. If you're in a lane where your only option is to turn,
Hmm.
it's unnecessary in my
I'm
mind.
kind of with you. I will often like turn it off pretty promptly once I am in the turning lane, especially because a blinker is so pivotal to your life. I don't know how long that light lasts. I don't want to burn it out on dumb stuff like this being already in the turning lane.
Sure.
Like I got to preserve this
But
precious
if
resource.
it's like if it's turning on your turn signal in general, I would say yes, use that. Most
Mhm.
people don't. They just go for it, and you're like, are you going straight? Are you turning?
Mhm.
What
Mhm.
are you doing? But if you're in one of those lanes where you have the option to turn, or you can go, or you can go straight, then yeah, use your turn signal. But if you're in a lane that is only for turning, why? I
Mhm.
don't understand it. Pisses me off.
Mhm.
So what else? What is something that comes to mind
I didn't
for
want to
you?
do this to you, Kyle, but you have been guilty on at least two instances
Oh,
of
I'm
one of
sure.
my number one pet peeves. You did this, you brought this onto your own head, Kyle. I don't like when people take a random listing of three items and put, oh my, at the end of the list. You have named two Captain's Logs
Yep.
episodes like that. When like there's no real theme or like standout or highlight this week, you're like, uh
Here's three
Sonic,
things we
Dr.
talked about.
Pepper, and video games. Oh my. I don't like it. It feels so cheap. It doesn't make sense. It does not unify the three things. You're just like it does not add a theme. It's not a joke. It's just
It
like
is.
I'm repeating the linguistic thing from that movie we've all seen. I'm like,
Yes.
but it's not funny there either. It bugs me so much in the movie because they say it like 30 times. I'm like, I was done it like 7 times and you're still at it.
Yes,
Stop
I love
it.
it.
Yeah, that's something that gets me. Like, if I just hear the same phrase too many times, I'm like, no, stop, no more words, don't do it again. Like,
That's funny.
or like every year when it's my birthday and like people are writing on your Facebook wall, I just get so crabby by like 3 o'clock because I've just seen the words happy birthday exactly like that too many times. And it's
Moral
a
of the
good,
story, don't wish Melissa a happy birthday.
no, like just like the phrase happy birthday. I understand the sentiment, but throw in like a hope you're having a great day today or just a different wording. Please, a different wording. I just need a variety of phrases in my life. So like watching Wizard of Oz as a kid, I'm like, they're still at it. They're still at it. Why are they still at it? I get it. I get the point. You're cautious of these wild animals. And I don't like when people do it because again, it was not really a joke to begin with. It overstayed its welcome for me so much and it doesn't make it
I
it
how
doesn't unify anything. It never improves a situation for me to add oh my to a random list of three things.
that makes sense. I don't blame you. Here's what I just randomly thought of. How many young people, God, that makes me sound old. How do they even know what the Wizard of Oz is? Is that like a thing now?
Yes.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's still a thing, but like that's an old movie for us, even, and like
I
you
don't
know,
that doesn't mean anything for its legacy. It will still be played on TV. It'll still be something like,
Do you really think they're watching that?
well, I don't see any reason why they wouldn't.
Because there's there's Gravity Falls, there's Adventure Time, there's Pokemon. Like,
I think, okay, it has instilled in past generations the sense of wonder and magic. And I think that were I to sit down with my little niece, who's like 2.5 years old, and say, this was a movie I really liked when I was little. I didn't. I liked it like fine. Like, there's people who are
mhm,
really into Wizard of Oz, and I was just like, it's as good as anything else is, I guess.
yeah.
But were I to sit her down and say, this is like a really fun, special movie for me, and it's this magical adventure. And if I kind of gave it that preamble, I think they'd be like, okay, magic, fun, cool. And
And
the
then
state,
they'd be like, then where's the superheroes? You know, there's none of
no,
that here.
I think you disrespect a child to think that they are always after the flashiest, most exciting thing at all times.
I mean, you're not
Plus, like,
wrong.
no, but plus, Wizard of Oz is an amazing stage musical. Even if kids might not sit through the movie, the stage show adaptations of it can be beautiful,
Sure.
dazzling things. I've
Sam
seen,
says, I think the only people who watch Wizard of Oz anymore are stoners who put on Dark Side of the Moon alongside it.
I think people still watch it. I don't think it's, I think it may diminish over time, but it's never going to completely evaporate and just become like a trivia fact or something like that.
Yeah. I saw something on Twitter earlier today where someone was saying how old they were when they were playing Grand Theft Auto Vice City,
Mhm.
and that video game is set in the 80s.
Mhm.
And for him, he was like, it seemed like it was ancient to him. Like the 80s were so far away. Like there was a completely different time
Mhm.
period, except it was only like 12 years away, and now we're in 2019, and like 12 years ago is like 2007.
I know, it's wild. Like today, I heard somebody mention the Tim Burton Charlie and the Chocolate Factory movie.
Mhm.
And I'm like, that movie is 15 years old now.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
So I don't know, one other pet peeve. Pet What is this, the singular? Is it a pet peeve?
yeah. Yeah. I don't think it's one of those weird words like moose. Like it is pet peeve.
A pet peevin'. Look at all these pet peevin'. um, I was something else that really gets on my nerves is talking during movies and stuff.
Mm,
It's fine if you have something on in the background or if you've seen it a million times and stuff like that, you
mhm.
know. But if you're watching something for the first time, or you're trying to understand it, or if you're like your significant other is trying to show you something that they really love, don't talk during it.
Mm.
And like I've known people who will ask like, okay, so what's happening here? What does this mean? Why did he do that? And I'm always like, I'm watching the same goddamn thing as you, Sandra. I don't have any information. Let's just sit here and watch it. Maybe
Yeah.
they'll answer it.
My mom has done that to me. Like, where is he going? I'm like,
It's like,
well,
we're
wait
watching the
5
same
minutes.
goddamn
and then
movie,
we're gonna
Mom.
find out, Mom.
Yeah. So, do you have anything else that really gets on your nerves?
I don't know. I don't have many. They're all like linguistic communication things, like
Okay.
like cliches that pop up too often. Oh, you know what really bugs me? This happens once a year, but it happens so much that time of the year. I don't like when commercials for like Halloween Superstore will say like price is so low, it's scary, because that's a sentiment that does not exist any other time of the year. A price has never been so low, it's scary. That's not real. That's a false notion you
you
have entirely. You're
you could
just sticking
potentially
words
use that
together.
year round and just
And
be like, it is scary how low it is. What Chinese factory are you using? Like, what is this?
Yeah, prices so low it's scary isn't something to be proud of. And like, if nobody says anything remotely like it in like the middle of April, like don't think it's gonna fly in October just because we're all spooked up. Like, oh, it's not a
That's
real
great.
sentiment. It's or like when people say, I bet so and so's rolling over in his grave right now. And I'm like, nobody rolls around when they're alive.
They're dead,
That's
Jim. Shut up and leave them alone.
it's not like if you said, oh yeah, my favorite Nintendo character is Sonic. That then like the guy who invented Mario, who is still alive today, would just be like rolling around. Like it's not. Why do you think people do that when they're dead if they don't do that when they're alive? That's not
If they're
an
rolling around in
activity.
there, they're probably not dead.
Yeah, like if live people don't roll around when they are frustrated or offended, a corpse isn't going to also. They don't have different emotional reactions than us.
They might not have any emotional reactions, period. Well, speaking of Miyamoto and Mario and all of that, let's jump onto these blind E3 predictions. Melissa, I thought this would be fun to do because I love video games and all of that stuff, and E3 is coming up in like a week and a half, 2 weeks, something like that.
I know it is a summertime event.
Yes. And you are not a big video game fan
Oh no,
person.
I played 1.5 Professor's Layton games. I'll show up for like a Mario party if somebody has it on at a party. I
Mario
love.
Kart or something.
Oh no, I'm terrible at Mario Kart.
That's
Like
that's the secret. Everyone is bad at Mario
no, but
Kart.
like I cannot make the control. Like it, I can't fathom it. Like something about my spatial reasoning and any kind of driving game does not cooperate.
And that's one of the video games that my mom does like. She loves, like, again, it's Mario to her. She's like, it's Mario! We can do Mario! I'm like,
I
okay,
can't
Mom,
figure out
just
how to make.
hold down this button and that'll make you go, and you steer with that one.
Oh, that's sweet. I'm glad Mom and Mario are friends. Yeah, there's when it comes to any driving game, like I cannot steer. Like I run into a wall after 2 seconds and I can't figure out how to back up and get around the wall and like turn.
Mhm.
So it's not like, oh, when I came in last place, like I am coming in. Like if there's 4 people, I'm in place 36 somehow.
Oh,
I'm
no.
that bad at it. It's not fun. I don't get it. It does not work with my brain
It doesn't
somehow.
register.
I can't Mario Kart. A party I can do. I could be a Mario Party girl, but I cannot be a Mario Kart girl.
There you go. So I listen to a lot of video game related podcasts, and they're all starting to do their E3 predictions and stuff like that, what they think will happen at this show, and then they go back to it afterwards to see how right or wrong they were. One of them, they do something a little bit fun that I thought we could kind of do our own version of. They have their own, like, actual serious predictions, but then they get a magic 8-ball, and they're like, I really want to see a new gameplay of this game. Will we be seeing that thing? And then they do all of their stuff with a magic 8-ball. So Melissa, I thought you could act as my magic 8-ball.
So you
Here.
just tell me things like you give me a statement and I tell you how likely it is, having no
Yes.
knowledge of anything within the statement. Okey-doke.
Exactly. I
Alrighty,
have
got it. I certainly feel magic
21
tonight.
questions here.
Okay.
We're going through I think I got most of the major conferences that are happening here, but we'll start with Microsoft. First thing I mentioned with Microsoft is that Sony is not going to be doing a press conference. And that gives Microsoft a big chance to step up and steal the spotlight for the next generation of game consoles. Do you think that this is where we are going to hear the first details about Microsoft's next generation game console?
I don't remember the last one they had. Was there one after Xbox One, or is that the latest?
It's technically the latest. They've had like a half step up. So like the iPhones do, like you can get the
Oh,
iPhone, or like like 6
there's
months after
there's
you can get like the
Xbox
iPhone
One and a
X.
half, where it's all from Timon and Pumbaa's point of view.
Almost. This is like you can get the standard one, or you can get the upgraded one. This is their step up is their, like, if you're a serious gamer, you can get our real one that has all the higher stuff. So what do you think? Is this where they're gonna at least tease some of the first specs of their new gaming console?
Hey.
By the way, I'm writing down all of your answers so that after E3 we can go back and look. Yeah.
I'm gonna say, yeah, I guess. Wow.
Yeah,
Like,
I guess.
people love that Switch. Maybe Microsoft wants to try their hand at a new variant of a handheld, not handheld combo. Handheld
Maybe
versus
a handheld.
Mantle held.
Mantle held.
Table held, not hands.
What are these dogs barking at? I think my roommate put them up behind the gate, and they're like, "Why? Why did you leave us here?
Mom, we love you.
We can smell the food from up here, Mom." So, do you think we are going to be getting any gameplay for Halo Infinite?
Oh. See, I'm so unstuck in time, because I know there are Halos, but I
Yes.
don't know the last time there was one or what it was called.
Halo 5, if I'm not mistaken.
5. Infinite is the next number after 5.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Infinite. It's all you need to know.
I mean, the third Batman movie was called Batman Forever, and then they made another one, even though Forever sounds so definitive. It sounds like a sign-off. Batman Forever. Oh, here he's back. No, here he comes again, and he's got Robin with him.
They teased, they did like a little teaser trailer for Halo Infinite last year, but we didn't get to see actual gameplay.
I would say that, yes, there may be gameplay this year. Video games move fast. I think you can make a game playable within 1 year, perhaps.
Okay. There you go. Moving on to another tentpole title from Microsoft. Do you think we are going to get a release date for Gears 5?
I think we're going to get a season, but not a more specific date than that.
Okay.
Yeah.
No specific.
They will not say late or early. They will say like a winter, spring, summer, fall, and they won't say a month. Right there in the middle. They'll give us a season.
Or, yeah, as Sam points out, a quarter, as they often say. Going to be in first quarter or second quarter, something like that. Okay. Now, Microsoft has been getting extra chummy with Nintendo. Do you think that either one of them are going to announce Game Pass on Switch? This one is a little bit more of a stretch, in my opinion.
I don't know what a Game Pass is. Is this like a movie pass for games?
Game Pass is Xbox's kind of subscription service. Hey, pay us this much a month, and you'll get, you'll have access to all of these games and stuff like that.
Okay.
You don't have to actually buy the game. It's more like a Netflix style thing.
Okay. I will guess also yes. I don't really think about video games, so everything seems feasible to me.
Well,
I don't have
this
any
is
good
your
reasons why any of
opportunity
this
to
wouldn't
act
happen.
like this is your opportunity to act like you know what's happening. Be like, no, that's not going to happen. Are you kidding me?
I mean,
Microsoft and Nintendo getting in the same bed together?
Time?
Hell no. So so you can make up any answer you want here. You don't have to be like, yes, I don't understand what's happening. Yes, it's gonna happen.
I was picturing Master Chief like bringing a nice bouquet of flowers to Luigi after you bed together. Like,
You're
here's
no
your
longer
flowers.
winning here. um. Okay, so speaking of Nintendo, let's move on to Nintendo.
Them I vaguely know.
Yes. What game do you think Nintendo is going to be focusing on in their Nintendo Direct? Pokemon or Animal Crossing?
Animal Crossing.
Okay, so you think the Nintendo Direct is going to focus on Animal Crossing? Animal Crossing. Sam, I'll get to your comment in a bit here. Do you think?
Is it about Bayonetta?
No, but I actually don't have a question about that on here, but I'm assuming there will be something Bayonetta related in the Nintendo.
I know that's Sam's
Direct.
favorites. Like, that might be what she's talking about. She might be taking any opportunity possible to bring up Bayonetta.
Do you think Metroid Prime 4 is going to get a new trailer? And do you think that the Metroid Prime trilogy will be announced for Switch? I guess this is a two-parter here.
I think we're going to get a new trailer. Samus feels like the Captain Marvel of the video game world, so this could also be her year as well, so just like for our friend Carol.
To give you a little bit more context, they released it was more like a logo reveal. I don't remember if it was last year or the year before. And the studio that was working on that, apparently it wasn't turning out like Nintendo really wanted. And so they said, hey, we're basically going to scratch everything that we had and we're going to give it back to the original creators. We're going to give it back to Rare to work on the game. And we haven't seen anything since then. So that's why I'm asking if you think we will see a new trailer. I think we will get a trailer,
but we're not going to get that
Thank
trilogy
you, Sam. That was in 2017. Yet. So you think we'll get a trailer? So trailer, yes. Trailer, yes, but no announcement for the trilogy.
No, I think they will hold a horse about that. See how trailer goes.
Hold a horse. I have never heard that saying before. I don't even know what that means.
I mean, people say like hold your horses as like a command to somebody. Like, I don't know why you can't use that turn of phrase in other ways. Like
in a like a singular form.
Well, I don't know. Like one horse is a lot of responsibility. I don't want more than one.
So Sam's comment was about Smash Bros DLC.
Oh, okay.
People have been kind of hoping that Master Chief will be a playable character in Super Smash Bros. Do you think there is going to be new Super Smash Bros. DLC? And do you think because Microsoft and Nintendo have been getting extra friendly that we will see Master Chief playable in Smash?
Yeah, I would say yes. It's what the people want. This has been a year for the people. Don't look at me like that. I don't know
That's
Master
Chief.
Chief.
Headline. This is a year for the people.
I don't know Master Chief. Like, I don't know his personality. I don't know what he likes. I don't know where he wants to go.
He likes killing aliens. He likes surviving.
Does he
He's
have
a Marine.
A face under there? Does he have a name?
We don't know. His name is John. That's all we know. He was kidnapped as a young child, forced to go in intense training and experiments, and he's a bit of a super soldier.
Huh.
John Halo, Space Marine.
John Halo.
Thank you, Sam.
John
117.
Would he be overpowered? I mean, if you put him up against like a Princess Daisy, I don't know if that's fair. Could they put in Master Chief and respect his legacy as the super soldier while making him safe to fight against like Jigglypuff?
He could be a similar character to Snake from the Metal Gear Solid games. I don't
Snake don't have a
know.
robot suit. Snake just a man.
Sure, sure. He that is a good point, but the move set could be similar.
Okay. So like sneaking,
Not,
being
you know.
naked. I don't know what else Snake does. That's an entire franchise of naked sneaking, correct? Because that's all I've ever seen.
That about sums it up. So yes, you think there will be new Smash DLC, and you think it will be Master Chief.
He's
Is that what you're
be there? Yep.
saying? So yes, and then I'm gonna put Master Chief down specifically. Okay. Last but not least for Nintendo, do you think we will get a release date for Luigi's Mansion 3?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yes, that was a resounding yes.
I like spooky things and I like sidekicks.
Yes,
So
we know it's coming sometime in 2019. We don't
I
know
don't know
exactly
many video games,
when.
but I know Luigi's Mansion. I've never
I'm
played
excited
it,
for Luigi's
but I know
Mansion.
that it is a thing and I know the general concept of it more than I know most other games.
Yeah, it's a great one. I'm excited for that
Mm-hmm.
one. Let's move on to Ubisoft. So this first one is near and dear to my heart because they have been teasing me, playing with my heart for longer than I would like, and it seems like they might have a new Splinter Cell game in the works.
Oh,
they haven't
like
confirmed it. There's been teases. There's been things here and there recently. There was one of the creators tweeted about it and then was like, "Oh, that's a joke. Don't retweet that. I think I'm in trouble. Don't do all that stuff." And they released an official statement. Yes, that was a joke. Do not take it as a real thing. Don't do that. So, do you think they are finally going to announce a new Splinter Cell game? It's been 6 years since the last one.
Wow. What a big Splinter. They really took him out of commission for a long time.
Did.
I'm going to tell you, you're going to get a title and a small portfolio of promotional imagery.
Okay, so a title and a teaser, I'll say.
Mm-hmm.
Title and
maybe not anything that moves, but like a couple
teaser.
Pictures of some guys.
Okay. I can see them doing something where everything goes dark, and then you see the 3 dots of his night vision goggles. Come on. That'd be sweet. I'll go nuts. So let's see. I am also a big fan of the Assassin's Creed franchise, though I am a little bit behind. I have yet to play Assassin's Creed Odyssey. We know that a new one is not coming out this year, but they could start teasing us for the one they will release next year. There's been some leaks, and we think it is going to be taking place kind of around Norse times with Vikings and stuff like that. So do you think we are going to be seeing anything from this Assassin's Creed Ragnarok, as it has been potentially called?
You know, their buddy Hulk is going to show up.
I know him from work.
In it. There's just one very tall assassin, and he takes off the hood, and it's Jeff Goldblum.
I wouldn't mind that, actually. But do you think we're going to be seeing Assassin's Creed Ragnarok this year at E3? in
Mm.
any capacity.
Yeah, I think this will be another like here's maybe like 30 seconds and
Okay.
some cool character design of like a Valkyrie.
Yes, I'll just say teaser.
Mhm.
Okay, so moving on. I guess we're still in Ubisoft. Do you think we are going to be getting any gameplay of Beyond Good and Evil 2? They've been teasing this game for the past couple years, and this game I think is one of those ones that it's been a long time coming for this game.
I've
Do you think we're gonna finally get to see actual gameplay?
I don't know this at all. There was a Beyond Good and Evil 1?
Yes,
Oh.
there was. I'd never played it. This was one of those things when they announced it and stuff. I was like, I don't even know the first one that it was. It was not
Ye-
on my radar, but I know it was also a little bit of an older game too. It's been a long time
um
since Beyond Good and Evil 1.
is there scuttlebutt about this? Is there a chance or are you just throwing a title at me?
Well, they announced it a couple years ago that they were making it, and internet went wild. I think Sam is saying the first one came out in 2003.
3.
Yeah. So when they announced it, everyone went crazy that, hey, oh my goodness, they're making a sequel. And last year, we got a big kind of teaser trailer type of thing. We saw some cinematic stuff. We saw some
Mhm.
art and all of that stuff. So it could be that we see gameplay this year. It could be that we see maybe a story trailer. It
Mhm.
could be something else. But I'm asking about gameplay specifically. Do you think we're gonna see
Oof.
gameplay?
I think we're going to see something but maybe not gameplay yet.
No gameplay. Okay. No. I'll specify that. So no gameplay, but maybe something. There you go. And then to finish off Ubisoft, do you think we are going to be seeing either more Mario and Rabbids or more Rayman?
Ah,
It's about time for another Rayman game. They did a crossover with Nintendo where they did this kind of tactical game in Mario and Rabbids, and that was a critical success. A lot
it
of
was.
people really liked that. Yeah.
I don't know if I think people might like Rayman as a man. I don't know if I've ever heard anybody say Rabbids. I love them. So cute. Good friends.
Well, see, the whole thing with the Rabbids is that they're big over in France, is where they're big, and
Oh,
Ubisoft
that makes
is
sense.
a French publisher, so they do
Home of the
all the stuff with
Minions.
the
Yeah.
yeah, they're like our version of the Minions. Um, so yeah, so you think Rayman rather than more Mario
I'll
and
yeah,
Rabbids?
I'll put my money on that man with all the detached limbs. Yes.
Okay, there you go. Let's move on to EA. Everyone's least favorite loot
They
box.
are the sports.
They are the sports, yes. So I only have two questions regarding EA because most of that stuff is the sports stuff.
Mm.
We'll see the next sports stuff. Um, we are also definitely going to be seeing the new Star Wars game, Star Wars
Oh,
Jedi Fallen Order. Are we
yes.
going to be getting a new trailer or a release date for this stuff? We saw the first kind of teaser
Mm.
trailer not too long ago, but this is a bit of a bigger stage.
I could see them putting a date on this. Yes.
Okay, a date.
Yeah.
So we'll get a date on that. If I'm not mistaken, I believe it is coming out sometime this year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is a big year for Star Wars. You're getting number 9 and then the 2 parks.
Yeah, that is
Kyle, this time next
true.
week, I'm going to be spending so much time talking about Galaxy's Edge. So get ready
Yes,
for
I
it.
know they just released all the new like maps and stuff like that. Um, question 2 for EA.
Mhm.
BioWare kind of dropped the ball with Anthem this year, but they also teased Dragon Age 4 last
Oh,
year. Do you think we are going to be getting a trailer for Dragon Age 4?
I think we'd get a little teaser for it at least. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to put you down for teaser. Let's move on to Bethesda. I also only have 2 questions for them. Do you think they are going to apologize for all the trouble and all of the stuff that happened around Fallout 76 and try and joke about it?
Uh, I feel like doing an apology seems like oh, maybe a little too weak, but I can see them just sort of throwing some good-natured jokes around about it. Like, then we know you guys are mad, but just stick with us. Like, stay on our side. Like, we're working on it.
I'm going to say apologize no, puns yes.
Mm.
Okay. Okay. And do you think we are going to be getting a Doom Eternal release date?
Uh, no. Oh.
No. Okay. There we go.
I
Let's
feel
move
like
on.
I've been throwing out a lot of yeses, and that's not how a real Magic 8 Ball would act.
Sam says Bethesda question number 3. Will Todd say fuck again?
Todd will say fuck.
Okay, I'm gonna put that one in. Let's see here. No, I don't want to. Don't. Come on. Boom, boom. Will Todd say fuck? Yes. There we go. Okay. So moving on to Square Enix. So they are kind of the talk of the town right now because they just released a teaser for their Final Fantasy VII remake.
Mm.
Do you think, or are we going to be seeing any new footage or get a release date for the first episode?
Episode.
This game is going to be episodic.
Okay. I don't know. I think you could get a date out of that.
A date, okay.
Or a quarter at least, if that's
Yeah.
how they do those things.
I'll just do date/quarter. Okay. How about DLC for Kingdom Hearts 3?
Yeah. Yeah, I want to see them download new Disney worlds in there.
Okay. So yes, a new Disney World.
Mm-hmm. Maybe you could play in Toontown.
Yeah. Let's see. Question 3 for Square Enix. In early 2017, we saw our first glimpse at the Crystal Dynamics Avengers game. But they've gone silent since then. We haven't heard anything else about the game. We don't even know where they are with it. Will we see a new trailer for this game, considering we just saw Avengers Endgame and it's been skyrocketing up the box office stuff, and it's now very shortly behind Avatar as the highest grossing film of all time?
I think so. Now's the time.
Okay. Yeah, now is the time. Yes, now is the time. I agree with you.
Hmm.
I think we will. So now I have two other questions. Um, these don't necessarily fit into any specific category, but I wanted to ask them anyways. Number one, what the hell is Rocksteady making? They've been making, or they in the past, they've been making the Batman Arkham games. We know they're working on something else, but we don't know exactly what it
Oh,
is.
yes.
Do you think it's gonna be a new Batman game, or is it gonna be Superman or Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or something else entirely?
I didn't know that was an option.
Mhm.
Oof. I'm gonna dream big. I'm gonna say they're making a Lantern game.
A Green Lantern game.
Or any color, but presumably, yes, green.
Okay, interesting. Green Lantern. I think that would make a fantastic game.
Yeah. Just, and like I know the Batman games have had kind of an element of like investigation to them.
Yes.
And the Green Lanterns are space
Space
cops,
Cops.
kind of. So I'd like to see the Green Lantern like action procedural.
Yeah. Yeah, it could be something along the lines of Destiny or something like that. Last but not least, question 21 here. This is the last one that I want to ask you. Because we know that Sony will not be at the conference this year, what the hell is Kojima up to? We know that he won't really be showing anything with Sony, but is he gonna be there in some capacity? Is he gonna drop a new trailer for Death Stranding on YouTube? What is Kojima up to?
I can see him going renegade with this. I think it's about time we heard something about that weird old game.
Or just something more?
Or even if
We've heard a lot of stuff about that game.
To people in person.
We've heard a lot of stuff about that game, and we don't know shit about that game because I don't know what the fuck it is.
Whatever the heck it is.
So you think we'll get something?
Yes.
Do you think it's going to be a new trailer? Do you think? What do you think?
I don't know, maybe a trailer. I think we could get a trailer.
Okay. A new trailer. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna run down these really fast, and then we can wrap this up and we can go home. So for Microsoft, you said yes, that they will not debut their new console, but we will at least get some specs. Maybe they will introduce the idea of some kind of handheld. You said yes, we will get to see gameplay for Halo Infinite. You think that yes, we will get a release season for Gears 5, but not a specific date. And you think yes, Game Pass is coming to Switch. For Nintendo, you think that their Direct will focus on Animal Crossing. You think we will see a new Metroid Prime 4 trailer, but we will not hear anything about a Metroid Prime trilogy coming to Switch. You do think we will get new Smash DLC, most likely Master Chief. And you think, yes, we will get a release date for Luigi's Mansion 3. For Ubisoft, you think we will get both a title and teaser for a new Splinter Cell game. And you think that Assassin's Creed Ragnarok will be announced with a new teaser. You think that there will not be any gameplay of Beyond Good and Evil 2, but there might be something there. And you think that there might be more Rayman, but no Mario and Rabbids. For E3, you think we will get a release date for Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, and you think we will get a new teaser for Dragon Age 4. For Bethesda, they will not apologize for Fallout 76, but they will make jokes about it. Probably with Todd saying the F word. He'll say fuck on stage again.
I don't know who Todd is. I don't
Todd
know.
Howard.
Oh, well, that's full. I don't know
that narrows it down for you.
Man.
He's
I don't know how many curse words he usually says.
He's top dog there, but he's usually very casual and just like, oh, Todd, I can be friends with him. He seems like a good guy, you know. But because he'll go on there and he'll say the F word. Well, Nintendo absolutely won't go on there and say the F word.
Safe for families, safe for mom.
But you also think that we will not get a release date for Doom Eternal yet. For Square Enix, you think we will get a release date or at least release quarter for the first episode of their Final Fantasy VII remake. And you think that we will get new Kingdom Hearts 3 DLC, most likely a new Disney thing you can go to, a new Disney world. And you think, yes, it is time for the Avengers to assemble.
Yes.
I agree with that one. New Disney, as Ham said. Yes, we will see the Avengers game there. I think that's going to be happening too. And the last two stuff, Rocksteady is finally going to be there in some capacity, and they're going to be announcing a new Green Lantern game. I imagine on
Big
the Xbox
dreams.
stage. Yeah.
That's also green.
Yes.
It's been there the whole time. The clues.
The clues are lining up. I also, the last one was, what the hell is Kojima up to? I guess my last section here is just called what the hell? What the hell is Rocksteady up to? What the hell is Kojima up to? What the hell? And you think, yes, that we will see some kind of new Death Stranding trailer. And I think you might be right. I know he's been working on something. Okay. I don't know if it's going to be a new trailer or around E3, because Sony is no longer participating in E3. They have their own video style thing that they're doing now, but Kojima's always up to something. He often likes to hide things, announcements for there, just be real enigmatic within his stuff. So he might be teasing something in some way, somehow, when he's there. I think he'll be there for sure. So that is it. That is our E3 predictions for 2019.
I'll have to do the same thing with you right before D23 and make you guess Disney stuff, but it won't be about like Marvel or Star Wars. It'll be like, what's coming to Animal Kingdom?
Exactly. It has to be like 8-ball stuff, so I can be like, absolutely not. No. Are you kidding me? Or be like, yes, they will have a new ride like this or that.
Are they going to fix the Disco Yeti? Chances not likely.
Not likely. No Disco Yeti this year. So yeah, we'll come back to this in a couple weeks here after E3, and we'll see how Melissa fared in her E3.
Maybe I'll do really well, like when you have like a turtle in a tank and you have it like crawl over the World Cup chances, and it's like, I think Britain's gonna win. It's like, the turtle was right. How did the turtle know?
Who knows? But yeah, that should be a lot of fun. But let's wrap things up there for this episode, and we will be back next week with some more Captain's Login for y'all.
Oh, sure.
Sounds good. Melissa, where can they find you on the interwebs?
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Wilkywit. That's WILKYWIT. There's a couple pictures of me all glammed up for that wedding.
Hell yeah. Good times. I am at Yo Kyle Springer on both Twitter and Instagram. You guys want to get updates for this podcast as well as our as well as any of our other podcasts. We are at the Whatnauts on Twitter. You guys can go to thewhatnauts.com for more information. And I do want to give a couple shout outs here. We do have a Detective Pikachu spoiler cast out for the Reactor Core. And I think Good Omens is already out, correct? Or is it coming out soon?
No, that's next week.
It's next week. So I think we're going to be doing a Reactor Core episode on that. So be on the lookout for that down the road. That should be a little bit different from our normal ones, though, because I'm not going to be watching it. Only Melissa is.
Yes,
so
this
we
will
might
not
switch
be
up the style a bit.
Something where we both come to the table. It'll be me watching something, and then I tell Kyle what it was.
Me being like, educate me.
Yeah, and it's also like I think a 6-hour-ish TV show. I don't know exactly how long the episodes are. So unlike a movie where I go and I've done it, I'll see how fast I can watch this thing. So It might be on a different release schedule than most other Reactor Cores.
Sounds good. So let's see. We also have a exclusive episode of the review show for patrons at the $3 tier. We have a couple of them, but the most recent one is Shrek Retold. And also in the next couple weeks here, we should be having another one of those on Mob Psycho 100 Season 2.
Yes.
We covered Season 1 on a regular episode of the review show, and I wanted to check back in because I really liked that show. So we are going to be covering that. Last week on the review show, we covered Attack the Block, and coming up this week, we're going to be covering Gravity Falls.
Yeah.
Season 1. So I'm excited about all of that stuff.
Great way to kick off the summer.
Exactly. If you like this show or any of the other podcasts that we do, patreon.com/thewhatnauts is where you can support us. You guys get some stuff at the $1 tier. You can get access to our live streams of the review show. You can get all our episodes early. The $3 tier is where you get all the exclusive content. Melissa and I have recently talked about switching some things up for the exclusive content, so you might not only get exclusive episodes of the review show, we might switch it up and do an exclusive episodes of the Reactor Core, exclusive episodes of the Captain's Log. We'll see what we come up with. But all of that stuff will be at the $3 tier, and we want to give a shout out to our patrons at the $5 tier. So thank you to Christine and to Sam, who has been joining us in the live chat here on Twitch today. Thank you both for supporting us at the $5 tier. We appreciate it a lot, and we love you, both of you. Keeps our mics on and helps pay for our hosting, so we can worry about making the show. Yes. And our first goal on Patreon is only $15 a month. Right now we are $6 away from that. So if you guys like the show, patreon.com/thewhatnauts. Support us. We could use your help. It would be amazing. We would love you extra long time. And with that, let's get out of here. This has been episode 52 of the Captain's Log. We will see you guys next week. Adios.
Bye.
Thank you so much for checking out that episode of the Whatnauts Captain's Log. We hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys are video game fans and you're about to watch E3 in the coming weeks, let us know what your predictions are in the comments below. And at the same time, go subscribe to our channel and maybe watch one of our other videos right down here. That would help us out a ton. We appreciate it, and we will see you